All right, what's up, everyone? I am back. Jelly's back in the driver's seat for the 90s First Take. I am super excited to have, as always, Mr. Mike Stay-at-Home Gamer, and as a often contributing guest here, Mr. Cicero Holmes. Over there, somewhere. I'd point at him, but I have no idea where I'm pointing. So, for you guys listening, though, Mike, Cicero, say what up.
Yo, yo.
What up?
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
What up? What up?
Welcome back, Jelly.
Yeah, yo, I'm back. I'm glad to be back, guys. I have missed out.
Yeah,
I
it's
listened
good
to
to see
last
you.
week's episode. It was great. I am super sorry that I missed it, and hopefully I won't be missing any more. We'll see if the audience likes that or not, though. Maybe I have an annoying voice.
What I will say is that while you were missed, and it was unfortunate that you couldn't be there, it was very fortunate for us that we waited a day. Because
yeah, the news.
yeah, because the
Yeah.
the entire show would have been completely different and absolutely irrelevant.
Yeah, would have been amazing. Oof on our part, a flub had we not been, or we just would have recorded another episode the following day with the news that big.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, check out episode 6.
There you go.
It's a selfless plug right here of our own
Microsoft
show.
spent a little money.
Slightly.
Yeah,
Small
just
amount.
a little.
Was it
Little bit,
seven point something
Right.
billion with a B?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Chump
So
change.
let's keep this moving forward. You guys know how we do it. We do a gut segment where we get to know our guests by asking them a question. But you guys know Cicero. He's been here before. So we're going to flip the script, and Cicero is going to ask us a question that we have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
And
right.
we're going to learn a little something about ourselves while we tell you something about ourselves.
I'm a little scared.
Slightly nervous, yes.
I don't know if I have the guts.
You should be. Jelly. Mike,
Yes, sir.
do you have the guts for this question? All right, the question is,
You know what got him?
Not after that voice.
the question is, what was the moment in gaming that made you determine that this is your passion in life? What was the game and what was the moment?
I got mine.
Then
All
you
right,
go.
Jelly.
Easy for me.
Then you
Jelly,
go.
go for it.
Yo, so when I was a young kid, my mom had the the NES Nintendo. Regular,
Oh, okay.
straightforward
All right.
NES. My mom was a gamer, and I didn't know for a while.
Nice.
She hid it
Wow.
under her bed. No joke.
Oh.
She hid her Nintendo under the bed with the
Dirty
cartridge.
Nintendo.
So the whole console fit in this big black box that she had, and it had the sleeves that the games would slide into.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So she hid her Nintendo under her bed, but one day she didn't put it away, and it was left out. So we discovered Mom had a Nintendo,
You found mommy's toys.
and Mom didn't just have a Nintendo. Mom had a Nintendo with Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. With the
Yes. There you go.
There you go.
So we got to play Mario Duck Hunt with the
Yes.
freaking laser pistol.
Yes.
That was it. That was I knew, because we had an Atari before that, and it wasn't nearly as cool as shooting your television and watching ducks fall to the ground.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Ever since then, yeah, we had NES, Super Nintendo, 64, the Dreamcast,
Nice.
the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. Yeah, just kept going. I mean, I bought most of the latter ones, but I was bought and
Nice.
sold shooting those ducks. Best Mario
Right.
game,
There you
hands
go.
down.
There you go. From the moment, hooked. right from the moment go.
Yes, sir.
Mike, what about you?
So I grew up loving sports games, and that was really my passion for a long time. It was only till recently, like college years, where I started getting into other other games. The fascinating world of RPGs and action games, and the Batman Arkham Asylums, the new Tomb Raiders. But sports games is what got me into the genre, into the passion. And we gotta go back all the way to the NES, just like Jelly. And it was me and my dad duking it out in what I would argue is the greatest hockey game of all time, Blades of Steel.
Blades, hit the pass. Oh,
Man,
Going old school.
So shout out to a good friend, Justin, aka Rubber Duck, if you know Jelly and I, and our other friends. Me and Duck, he had a modded Wii with much emulators on it. It was insane. And we would stay up
totally
until
legal. Everyone listening.
Yes,
right.
We would
straight 100% legal.
Allegedly.
we would stay up till 2-3 in the morning playing Blades of Steel, and this was in the era where there are iconic hockey games like I harken back to NHL 10, which was super good. NHL 11 was super good too. Back-to-back Chicago Blackhawks on there, but man, Blades of Steel.
Homerism.
Blades of Steel was amazing. The music was awesome. It was the first hockey game with like real fights. Because Wayne Gretzky hockey back then didn't have the fights.
Right.
And so Blades of Steel really started my passion for it. And then moving on from there, I had a Genesis. I grew up a Genesis kid. I had Sonic 2 as my first game that I bought ever.
Oh yeah.
I had the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie video game on there, and then that moved from that to N64, where GoldenEye started my passion for first person shooters, and everything like that. So yeah, that's where gaming started for me. Blades of Steel.
All right, shout out to Konami.
Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of Konami, we're gonna talk about them in a little bit too.
Oh, look at that!
They're on the docket.
Back on the show. So, Jelly, Mike, you guys had the guts for that question.
Thank you.
Good job.
You know how we do.
Oh yeah.
All right, you guys know him. He's the man, the myth, the legend, Cicero Holmes. You're back again.
I am.
And we want you to plug what you're doing, where we can find you, and where everyone listening can find you.
Oh, well, hey, let's see. So you can find me on all social media platforms at StubbyStan, StubbyStan, where you can find out all the goofy things that I'm doing, such as the Discovery Debrief podcast with my friends and fellow friend of the show, Chris Clow.
Yes, sir.
And
we like that guy too.
The numerous podcasts that I'm doing on the Incomparable. By the time you guys hear this, there should... Well, I don't know if it'll be up or not, but I will have recorded something that was super secret that you'll hear about later on.
You heard it here first. Super secret.
Exactly.
And secret.
That's the first take.
Not secret. Yeah.
This is like top secret.
That's right. Yes. It's like your better graphics card. It's a super. Secret super.
SSC.
But then
super cool.
Also, I have been guesting on a D&D show called The Role Players.
Ooh. I'm intrigued.
Where I'm playing a dwarf. So let's see, tonight or tomorrow night, Monday night, as we're recording, I will be in the full episode. So I'll be doing some guest work there, and a really incredible voice, if I say so myself. Like I don't know where I pulled it out. I started listening to it and I was like, oh man, I've got to do this voice for 3 hours. This is gonna be kind of tough, but it was pretty good.
All right, yo, just a dwarf. Do we get any more backstory on your character?
Yeah. So he's a dwarf politician.
Oh, all right.
Who's running, or the second in command of this great city. It's basically
okay.
The Miami Cuban Missile Crisis with a little bit of Miami Vice sprinkled in there. So
that's
all wrapped up in
character.
a beautiful fantasy world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I guess check that out on twitch.tv
Role players
/ the role players.
The
Yeah.
role players. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that taken care of, and everyone go and find him, Stubby Stan, the man, all the socials, role players, Discovery Debrief, you name it, he's found it, Incomparables. All right, let's move on to news.
Thank you. All right.
Kind of a huge one here, gentlemen. Amazon coming out with their own gaming. Amazon Gaming, aka the Amazon Luna. Thoughts, feelings. What do we think with a consumer marketplace coming out with a gaming wing ?
I think it's very competitive. You're talking $6.99 per month, and it seems like it has a better catalog at the start than Google Stadia. You don't really need too much. You're not it's a subscription service, and you're not purchasing the games, whereas in Stadia you are still purchasing some of the games. So
Okay.
I think it's pretty competitive for $6.99. I mean, it's not on the level of Game Pass or even probably xCloud at this point, but I mean, $6.99 is a good start to get yourselves into cloud gaming if you don't want to spend $500 on a PS5 or Series X, something like that. I don't know. What do you got, Cicero?
Well, this is the future, guys. Say hello to it. This is
subscriptions and streaming.
Right. Subscriptions with cloud gaming, where you don't have to install a game, you don't have to worry about updating it. You just buy a license for the game, or you buy a subscription, and then there's a game that's available, and you just go and you play it, right? And there's no latency, and you have a great time.
In an ideal world, no latency.
Right. Well, so what I will say is, I think this is great, but I'm not going to get involved with this, at least not right away, because I'm a Stadia Pro member. I'm a Stadia founder, and I bought a second controller, and it works. It works fantastic.
All right.
And I've tried playing it on my TV, but it there's no real use case for it on my TV because I've got real consoles.
Yeah.
But like, the problem with Stadia is that Stadia is a platform by itself. So any games that you get on Stadia have to be crossplay if they're multiplayer games in order for you to be guaranteed that there is a community to play the games with.
Yeah.
Like Destiny on Stadia is a ghost town, but Destiny 2 on Stadia is great because if you're doing solo stuff, because you can just go and play it wherever you are.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for this stupid thing to load, because anybody, if anyone knows anything about Destiny 2, it is a slug when it comes to loading the actual game.
Yeah.
So all of that stuff is gone, and you just get to play stupid Destiny by yourself. And then when you want to like actually play with your friends, then you go on some other platform.
Yeah, because
to play it.
Destiny 2's cross progression, right? You just
yes, it's cross save, but
Yeah,
not
cross-save.
cross right.
yeah.
Yeah, but not cross play.
That makes sense. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you're not. People are not going to go play first-person shooters on Stadia, really. I mean, you're in the Chicagoland area, so you have good internet.
Right.
I have good internet here. Jelly has good internet. We would actually be okay with Stadia, but there's a lot of the world that can't do this cloud gaming. And so then that's where the console market is.
Well, so that's going away, right? Technology is finding ways to get around that, because 5G is supposed to give people high-speed internet speeds from a mobile device.
Yeah.
So if and that so far the tests that have come out of the places where there are 5G towers, that has proven out to be true.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting 250, 300 megabits down. So you can 5G would be the great equalizer for things like this. So it definitely is a possibility in the near future for gaming to be completely in the cloud.
Yeah. And I mean, it just doesn't make me surprised at all that Amazon, one of the biggest companies in the world right now, is trying to get into the space. I mean, and
they want a piece of the pie.
Who's to argue?
Pie.
And, they probably waited a little bit to see Stadia's imprint on the industry. And then they realized that Stadia's somewhat doing it wrong, and they went the subscription route, because let's face it, everybody sees that Game Pass is doing it correctly, and xCloud is doing it correctly. That's the way to go with this cloud gaming. And so Amazon's like, okay, your Game Pass Ultimate is $15. I'll take that, and I'll raise you a $6.99 price.
I'll cut it in half.
Yeah, that could
say no now.
Well, and the other thing that they've got going for them is that they're doing an a la carte version. They're basically taking the same type of approach that they take into their streaming services with Amazon Prime, where Amazon Prime gives you access to this subset of our movies, our originals, etc. But you can also get CBS All Access through us, and you can also get HBO or Showtime or cinema, and you just sign up for those things. They're doing that with Ubisoft. Ubisoft's going to be the first group to their publisher is going to be the first publisher to make themselves available to Luna subscribers, but it's going to be an additional surcharge to be part of the Ubisoft service, whatever that is going to be called within Luna.
Gotcha.
And Ubisoft already has their service. I forgot what it's called, but they'll probably wind up branding it the exact same way that they're doing it on cable, premium channel providers are doing that on Amazon Prime. So it's my HBO or it's my Uplay or whatever it is, and you just pay that price and you've got it now. And if there's crossplay, if I have the ability to play Watchdog Legions with my friends on other platforms, then it really becomes an attractive thing, because I'm not downloading things like that. Is so a quick story about Stadia. One of the successes of Stadia. I own a bunch of games that I earned, I have for free, but I bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey on Stadia, and it looks and plays phenomenally. I don't ever have any hiccups. It is great. It is fantastic. But Destiny 2, when it launched on Stadia, they had an issue where they pushed out an update, and the update it bricked the game on the Xbox and the PlayStation, but because it was on Stadia, the update pushed on the cloud, and Stadia players were able to play while they were still rolling out new updates for the PlayStation and Xbox users.
That's amazingly useful. Yeah, I could see this as a huge market gain for anyone into, solo play, RPGs, campaigns, maybe even MMORPGs. I could see a market for
right.
Like WoW and stuff like that being easier to play games or easier to run games, not so much dependent upon latency and things like that.
Yeah,
I could see this as a huge gain for anyone who's into those games.
Yeah,
for $7 a month to be able to play at their leisure any games existing in the library, whatever their catalog looks like.
Right.
This could be huge. I think specifically for those in the market for solo play campaign style.
I mean, there's a reason that Stadia kind of led with Assassin's Creed Odyssey as one of their flagship like startup games, for it. I mean, I think you're exactly right, Jelly. Hits the nail on the head.
Perfect market.
I mean, one thing that we didn't mention about Luna as well is that they have complete Twitch integration as well because Amazon owns Twitch. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like that's going to be somewhat of a leverage to help support this platform. And Amazon Prime with your Twitch Prime subs and everything, like they give you free games that you can probably play on this service as well. So, the future is bright.
So here's the thing about Luna that I just read. You can stream on 2 devices at the same time.
Ooh.
I wonder if that means one account, multiple users.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure. But, like, we've got a multiplayer game. And,
both load in.
Yeah, right. You both play at the same time.
That would be huge.
Yeah.
There we go.
The new way to LAN a game.
Yeah, so that's just on the Luna channel, though. On the Ubisoft channel, you can stream on 1 device at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is a thing that they'll be able to market to players going forward.
It's amazing.
I agree. Good stuff.
Keep it in the Amazon sphere for a minute. Read that they may not be able to fill the pre-orders they've received by the November release date. It's one of the biggest retailers, if we're going to call them that, in the world. So that's a little crazy that they don't think they'll be able to get the consoles in the consumer's hands for the pre-order that they've paid several $100s for. Thoughts?
Well, so I think people forget 7 years ago, the exact same thing happened. So, and when it was all said and done, there were definitely people that did not receive theirs on launch day, and it did take, there were certain people that took 3 or 4 days after launch before they actually received their console. But the vast majority of people did receive their console on launch day, for what good it was, because downloading and server issues and all of those other things for both of the consoles was prevalent. But so I think we'll wind up seeing a lot of the same thing this time around, with the exception, of course, that mail is slow because of COVID, and and there's a lot of other factors that are playing into the world today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they should get too much. I mean, I think they should be called out. A lot of times they're able to deliver video games right on the spot, day in day of. So I mean, I don't know. It's something that, as Cicero said, if you're gonna pre-order through Amazon, if you're gonna pre-order such a console, such a thing that's in such high demand, like expect a delay. Like, just expect it. Also, like, don't believe that your pre-order is 100% set in stone sometimes either.
Right.
Because they've been canceled before. I mean, I definitely understand that you are spending $500 for, the next gen console here, but I mean, if you're playing it 5 days later, it's not going to hurt you. If you wanted a day of, then you should have gone to the brick and mortar store and done it. I don't know.
Gotta
Be
guarantee
patient. Be patient.
I agree. I'm with you on that one. As someone who never gets anything day of, you guys, it doesn't hurt you to wait.
Oh, I'm getting a day of. I'm gonna talk to this guy who's selling it for $1,000 at pre-order, and
careful. You might want to look ahead in our docket for things we're discussing before you.
He's got
before
beans.
You choose a side. All right.
He's got these beans. He said they're magic.
Like I said earlier, when you mentioned Konami, we're going to bring them up again. They just said that they're going to have Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 coming to PC, as well as quite a bit more of their catalog, their game library. Cicero, I just listened to the last episode, so I know you've got some feelings about Metal Gear Solid. What does this mean to you as a console gamer, but someone who has a PC? Again, I know from last episode.
Right.
What does this mean to that you can play these classics that you grew up with on your system, wherever you want now?
It's great, right? Like, again, like we live in the future, guys. We were just talking before the show started. We were just talking about movies that have come back to Netflix. And how part of the reason that I spend this money on these services is so that I can have experiences that I've enjoyed from my past, but maybe I didn't enjoy them so much that I love them, that I have to own them in every permutation, that exists. But having the ability to experience that, whatever that is, and in this case Metal Gear, the Metal Gear Solid collection, or at least 1 and 2, on my PC, because that's where I'll probably be spending most of my time gaming going forward. So like, just give me the choice. I've played the game, I'm a fan of the game, it is the future. Like, I have the choice. If I want to watch Real Steel with Hugh Jackman on Netflix, I can now, because it's on there. Netflix, give us some money. But like, right. But I could, if I really loved Real Steel, I could have bought a digital copy, or I could have bought the Blu-ray, or, any of those options. I have all those choices. I have all the different ways that I can consume this. And so I should be able to do the same thing with games of yesteryear. It shouldn't be hard.
Yeah, I mean, this just helps with the preserving of gaming history. Just like, that's why the Switch is so amazing too, because a lot of these older game developers and their older games find new life on a new system, and the Switch is wonderful for that. I didn't grow up playing Metal Gear. I've never been a huge Metal Gear fan. But I do remember playing Metal Gear Solid 2 on the original PlayStation.
Yes, sir.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, did it have 2 or 4 discs? It had several discs to it.
Metal Gear Solid 2?
Yeah, didn't it?
Was 2 discs.
2 discs, yeah.
But oh yeah. I'm thinking of Zone of the Enders, which had the demo disc for Metal Gear Solid 2 in it.
But yeah, I remember playing Metal Gear Solid 2 on the PlayStation, and not doing good at all. It just wasn't my cup of tea. So I don't know. Like, this is this is going to be the definitive way to play it now. I mean, your PC is going to up-res it, and it itself is going to run as better than ever. And people who want to relive some of those old classics now have a good opportunity to do so.
I'm excited. Konami's got a pretty good catalog, minus, or including Metal Gear Solid, but they've got a bunch of other games too that I'm excited to see what they're going to bring.
Like
to
Blades
PC.
of Steel.
Like Blades.
Right.
Maybe it'll be there. We don't know, but it could be.
I mean, that's an instant comp. That is take my money.
Here's the question, guys. What would you pay for a subscription service to play Konami's catalog of games?
Nothing.
Not a ton, but I would.
Right.
I would
$3-4.
Yeah, but I could see them charging. With take Stadia and Luna into the picture as well.
Right.
If they're gonna bring in these third-party developers and they're gonna add their own surcharge, per developer, per company, per game developer, I would see a few bucks, $2.99.
Right.
$2.99 per extra. Figure that's what, $7, so 10.
Right.
You get 3 developers, you're about $15, and that's kind of my cap on subscription services. But if that catalog just grew from several hundred games to 1,000 or more games of my childhood, I'm purchasing nostalgia. I'm literally buying my nostalgia.
Cicero, can you confirm in your Konami service is Blades of Steel there?
Blades of Steel is there.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Blades of Steel is there because there are no licensing fees that I have to pay.
Okay.
So so absolutely.
I will give you $1 for your Konami service.
Okay, but those are the things that Luna, Amazon can court. Like Jelly was saying, you can get 2 or 3 of these old developers and get their collection of games. So you could do like the Konami, Taito, SNK group of games or something like that, and charge $2 or $3 and have that be a channel.
Yeah.
And charge $2 or $3 a month for that channel on your Luna subscription, and you can play any of those games immediately
and only when you want.
Like,
if you don't want to, pay for it for a couple of months, if you're not interested, take a break. Don't pay for it, and then when you want to play Blades of Steel again, I just punched my microphone. I apologize, everyone listening. If you want to play that again, pick it back up. $1, $2, $3, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Bam.
That is the future, and I think once eventually this will wind up as part of Amazon Prime. Luna will be.
Just throw it in for the same cost. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. And if once that happens, then this will be the thing that revolutionizes how people consume video games.
Is this the start of gregarious games?
Yeah, maybe.
All you Ready Player One fans, that's nod to you guys.
How many Ready Player One references can we have in our podcast? We need to set a bar.
Just call me Bossman69. I'll let you know.
I'm very, very bullish on cloud gaming. And as someone who's experienced it and can see, I've experienced the technology on the worst platform, with Stadia. But the technology works, and once people have a chance to actually experience the technology, and realize the proof of concept, there really isn't any reason for you not to continue that way.
Yeah.
If you can get great resolution and frame rates over the internet,
let's do it. All right, you guys, let's jump into the last section of news for the day. Resident Evil 8, simply called the Resident Evil Village. Capcom bringing us a possibly open world style environment where we're going to play through, and they are encouraging exploration. So for the people who 100% games and go to every nook and cranny to find all of it, it sounds like they're giving us a horror movie to jump into and become the character in. I, for one, am not a horror movie person or game person. So for me, this is not it. This is not cool. I am not jumping in. This is not my cup of tea. No, thank you. No way. But you guys, how do you feel about this? Because I'm a negative. Not having Ghost Rider, nah.
Horror games are I have to say I haven't beaten any horror games really outside of the Resident Evil series. So I guess with that being said, I'm still game for them. I love horror films, is like my favorite genre. And so horror games is just a natural extension of this. Resident Evil 7 is very good. Is very, very good.
The newest one, the one that like remake upres and everything, or 2?
No, so there was Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard was before that, and it was the first time to ever go to first person. And I think that's what Resident Evil 8 is as well. And I think that just revitalized the series, and I mean it brings you into the game.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
But I think, man, Cicero, maybe you agree with me here, and Jelly, you would too, but Capcom is dishing these out every single year, a Resident Evil game, and they've all been critical successes recently. Capcom is on such a roll right now that whatever they did with Resident Evil 8, it was going to be good, and now they're adding an open world type, a little bit open world, flavor into there, like sprinkling in some like exploration and all in first person and all in this village. You made the joke, Cicero, M. Night Shyamalan stuff, but right. I mean, I think Resident Evil 8 is looking good so far.
This is a whole bowl of nope for me. So
good to have you on board.
Yeah. So, I've finished RE and RE2, but that was it. Like, life's scary enough. I enjoy games like Friday the 13th, the game, because it's a horror game, sure, but it's a horror game against humans. Mm-hmm. So, like, I can dig the unpredictability of humans in those scenarios a lot better than the scenarios of the randomness of programmers. You can like it. They have been critically successful, that is for sure. But not by me.
Yeah, I can't even watch people stream Dead by Daylight. I get so uncomfortable. Either way, they can be the murderer or the people trying to survive, and I am so uncomfortable watching these people play. I'm like, how in the world do you sit there and let yourself like suffer the anxiety of oh my gosh, I don't know where they are, and people enjoy it. Like, I get it, people enjoy that.
Oh yeah,
they like that sort of thrill. But how? Because no, like no, why?
Yes,
gosh, why? So. Anyway, okay, last point on it, and that's only because it's in my notes, and you guys listening, I do notes. I think it's amazing and awesome that they're bringing this and offering this, and even cooler that they're doing it for the current gen as well as next gen. It looks like they're going to release at the same time too, so they have plans on releasing for Xbox One,
I've read that they're going to try
and PS4.
I think I've heard that they plans to, but they did say that it could not happen potentially, but
at least they're still thinking about this gen.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. It's probably the same engine that did RE7, so I can't imagine that it wouldn't be able to run on Xbox One, or PlayStation 4. So
No reason not to.
we'll see.
All right,
But
gentlemen.
but we need to get our going through Resident Evil 8.
Oh,
Going through
No, we're
Resident
not
Evil
going through
8
it.
here.
I thought we
when you go
covered it.
through it, you need dual sense. You can't
Oh.
can't have the single sense
You
going
gotta have
through.
both of them.
Yes.
And you need the velocity architecture of the Series X, to really get yourself quick through that horror game. Anyway, all right.
You need blast processing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
Yes.
Turbo Blast. We need Turbo Blast experience here.
Shout out to
all right.
Console Wars. That was the blast processing was a total fake. Like, that's crazy.
I love that they admit it too. They're like, by
Yeah.
the way,
Yeah.
it's completely made up. Just ad campaign. Suck it, Nintendo. Oof. Nintendo sponsor us.
Nintendo.
Right.
All right. Test your might. Are you guys ready for a little fun debate where words become weapons?
Sure. All right, Cicero, you're going down, bro.
Mike seems like he's ready. Cicero's
Yeah.
he's kind of ready
Listen.
too.
Listen,
look,
I
man.
see those baggles under your eyes. You're tired, just like me.
Yeah, right.
And I have two younger kids, so I function on tired way better than you, my friend. That's my argument.
Yeah.
You lose.
Yeah,
but
okay. Yeah, well, been there, done that, my friend.
I believe what
Ain't
he
doing
said
it
is,
again.
You've adopted the darkness, but Cicero was born in it.
I was born in this.
You merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it, raised by it. I have adapted
Shout out to Chris Clow, who was on the set of The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
That's
how
so
freaking cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
All right. You guys, get your game face on. Here it goes. Xbox iOS update allows for remote play. That means playing on whatever you want. Like this phone right here. People watching. I just put my phone in screen. Yeah, I could play Xbox Game Pass games all over that thing. And not just Game Pass. My Xbox library games can be streamed straight to this device.
Yeah, as long as you're on the same network. Mhm.
Yep. So, with that news, what is the benefit? And what's the point? So, one of you, what's the benefit?
Get on iOS.
Mike,
well-
you're going to go first.
Okay. I mean, part of me wants them to kind of stick it to Apple and be like, "Oh, you don't want us on our on your platform in a legit way." But this is their workaround to getting Xbox on Apple, right? I do believe this is strictly just remote play. I don't think this is the xCloud streaming, but rather you can connect to your Xbox through the app and do remote play. And it's kind of their workaround to get into the Apple ecosystem. And then in my mind, Cicero, once people start using this on their iPhones, they're gonna take to social media and be like, "Yo, Apple, you need to let me do xCloud on here." And I think that's their play. I think Microsoft wants to be on every single device that they can get their hands on, and Apple needs to start playing ball with us here.
Well, Mike, I'm going to tell you that you're absolutely correct that Microsoft wants to get everything on their stuff on everybody's platform, on all platforms. However, this is a mistake because if you've done remote play with Xbox, you realize that it's not remote play, it's screen mirroring, and it's terrible. It is horrible on even on the PC. When I try to screen mirror, when I try to do remote play from my Xbox, which is 25 feet behind me, and the wireless router is literally right next to me, and I'm wired to this computer with gigabit internet, it still lags and is unplayable. So if that is what they're using on iOS, I don't know. And Jelly is giving me the Dikembe Mutombo no finger. So maybe his experience varies from my own.
I was just doing that because it sounds like you don't have your Xbox hardwired.
I don't have my current Xbox hardwired. That is correct, sir.
Bro, who doesn't hardwire
That is
their
correct.
system? That's where
Well,
my finger comes in. Whoa.
So that is because I'm waiting for my next system, and then I'm going to run it through the drop ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
Fair
playing
enough,
too
fair
much
enough.
Elite Dangerous right now. Anyway,
I'm backing. I'm
Yes.
backing out of the argument.
No.
I was never here.
No.
Everyone, listen. You guys hardwire your systems, though. If you want a good experience, especially with the streaming, because I have done it, and you need your Xbox hardwired 1,000%. If it's not working.
But you need your Xbox hardwired, and you also need the system that you're going to be using it on, preferably also to be hardwired, because I have also done it when it was hardwired, and it was better than this experience, but it was still very bad.
Yeah. Okay, I'm out.
I don't
I'm
know,
out.
I think it's I still think it's a benefit to get Xbox over onto the iOS platform. Only
if it's good.
If this is the only way
works.
it's going to be, then it's just going to have to be. I think obviously most people probably would prefer just playing on their TV with their Xbox, but let's say little wifey poo is wanting to watch some TV and you want a game, then this is your only option. Get it. Xbox needs to get it on every platform besides PlayStation.
Get it on PlayStation too.
But to get Xbox and that ecosystem into people's hands, and to be frank, I mean they want to be on Apple because everybody has Apple.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. So,
Sure. Sure. Well, I mean, just imagine being able to game on your iPad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Right? You've got a 10, 12-inch tablet that you really don't have much use for besides watching Netflix every now and then. You can now just game directly from it. Bluetooth controller, pick it up and just start gaming right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah. I think that's all I got, man. I mean, that's 1-0 Mike,
Well, I will just say, sir, that is all well and good as long as it works. And if it doesn't work, if iOS users have to know that their system has to be hardwired in, and they've got to be in the exact right spot with their right leg up in the air in order for them to get 25 frames per second at 720p. That's jiggle the handle. So
Just gotta slap the top.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I just don't know, man. I don't know if that is the way to go.
I might have to concede that argument purely on the right leg up argument that he just brought in. We'll see.
But we never concede anything, so audience, you decide.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Cicero's wrong.
You decide how right I was.
How wrong?
Let us
Cicero
know in the
was.
comments on our Twitter page or our Instagram, because you guys ain't saying nothing. It's been a ghost town.
That's okay.
All right. Round 2.
To be fair,
Round 2.
we don't post sometimes.
Shh, that's not part of it.
That's not part of it. Yeah, no.
They're supposed to want to talk to us. Didn't you know that's how this works? Okay. Round two.
Tell me I'm
Cut this
beautiful.
out.
Whoa,
Hey, I edited myself there. Don't worry.
that's all right.
I got kids. I know how to do it.
Can you write down the time so I know how to even bleep it further?
Absolutely not. That's staying in. All right, round 2. Xbox at it again. This time with proprietary. Ooh, that's a hard word. $10 word there. Proprietary bits and pieces. They have announced their new expandable storage. Yay or nay? This sucker costs $220. It's 1 terabyte, and you can go from 1 terabyte to 2 terabytes with it. And your brand new Series X or S, which means you go from 500 gigs to 1,500 gigs, roughly.
1,500 gigs.
You people who want to nitpick me, I know it's not, but it's close enough.
Get your PC nitpicking out of here.
1724 if you guys want to be real nitpicky. There you go. Anyways, yo, how awesome that we can upgrade to a bigger storage. Or, yo, really? We can just throw a SSD in this? This is made by a computer company. So, Cicero, you're up first. Choose your side.
Yeah, well, I have chosen a side, and
it's wrong.
You know, I mean, the side is that in order for me to increase my Series S that I had pre-ordered,
big deal,
by 66%, or give it a 66% increase, it's gonna cost me almost 70% of the purchase price of the console. So, like, I'm almost better off buying another Series S and just saving it on, you know, at least I've got 2 consoles now. You know, while I'm missing 500 gigs, but like, that's a lot. And those prices are going to have to come down. They will be hard to come by for the first 6 months or so, because people will just be, you know, early adopters. People are going to be curious, that kind of thing. But those prices are going to have to come down, and I mean, even by more than a half. By you know, to as we sat and we talked about you guys talked about the list of consoles that you have played throughout the years. When we finally got to the PlayStation era, we had memory cards.
Oh yes, sir.
And memory cards became a thing. You know, you would buy, you know, the official memory cards, but then you went and got the Mad Catz 256 meg memory card. And you know, right, and
I
then
never
you
had
go
one that big.
right, you get, you know, there were all the crazy ones, and you got to be careful.
You weren't doing it right then, Jelly.
Right.
The correct response is, that's what she said.
Right. But the thing is, when all of that stuff was going on and you were paying the prices for your memory cards and you had all of those things, at no point did you think you would have to spend $220, even $100 for a memory card. In the Xbox 360 generation was just like, whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot of money for memory, for storage. I just can't see this being a thing that is successful long term.
I might agree.
Is that a loss for words? I
might agree with you that the price might be a little bit too high, but at the end of the day, this is the same SSD that is in the system. You are going to need to pay a good amount of money in order to get the loading times, the speed, and the power that SSD is going to provide. And so to have extra storage, you're gonna have to spend the money to get that good SSD. Now, I'll run it from this angle as well. Microsoft has been pretty clear that your game files are going to be smaller this generation. Your game, downloading the games to the system, they have said it is going to be smaller, and they made that case with the Series S, like you're saying. because, the 500 gigabyte hard drive, people were a little bit upset about that, and rightfully so. Like, why doesn't that thing have a terabyte in it? I don't get that, but
$299.
that's how they got the cost down.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they did say that your games would install at a smaller storage space. So I don't think you would have to spend the 220 right off the bat. You could wait for a sale, like you're saying, Cicero. So in part, I'm agreeing with you, but I think at the end of the day, maybe 200, maybe 175. That price range there is still worth it, in my opinion, for this type of SSD that you're going to be buying. It's the same thing that's in the system. And plus, all your old Xbox games, all your backwards compatible games, you can still keep on your current SSD that you might have, your current external SSD that you might have already, and run those through that hard drive instead. So I don't think it's too much of an issue storage-wise. I think you could potentially wait. But at the end of the day, you're going to get what you pay for, and this is one of the best SSDs to ever hit a console. So even if it's in a memory card, I think 175 to 220 is an okay price.
How much is a Nintendo Switch Lite?
200? 200?
200 bucks? 200 bucks?
Yeah,
so
sure. And, I could barely fit 2 games on my Switch. So.
Right. But for 220 bucks, I could get a Nintendo Switch Lite and 256 gig or 512 gig memory card for my Switch Lite, and I have a whole nother console. It's a whole nother console. That's a lot of money just for storage.
Yeah, and
technology is great. That's a lot of money. Like that is a thing. It's hard for you to continue to sell the propaganda of we're making the console for everybody, for all the gamers. We're doing all of these things. We want gamers to be here, blah, 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 blah. And then also say that you have to, all of the games that are available on for this console specifically have to play and load from this type of storage. And we've got a limited amount on board. And if you need more space, it's going to cost you almost 50% of the price of the premium console and 70% of the price of the non-premium console.
And I agree with you on that. I think people need to wait, but at the end of the day, you are getting what you're paying for, and and for them to put that SSD that's inside the console on a memory card, first of all, is amazing. I mean, they're wizards. They should be in the whole Monty Python and the Holy Grail, but at the end of the day, it's that type of SSD is worth it. In my opinion, it's the best SSD to ever hit a console. So. Yeah.
Sounds like that's over.
Okay.
We're going to end it right there. For everyone listening and you own a PC, we understand. PCMR, it's a real thing. M.2s and the MEs, we get it. But this is consoles, so keep that in mind. Also, I'm pretty sure that this drive is literally just an M.2 reshaped, resized, and they can now plug it in. But they haven't released that information, so don't take it to the bank. You guys ready for the third one? This is my edition. Came up with this right beforehand. Controversial topic. We live in the US of A.
What?
And this is a free market capitalist society. And boy, and how does it reveal itself to be so when a new console drops. You guys have seen it. You guys listening have seen it. Everyone knows what I'm about to say. We have a new console, which means we have scalpers, our favorite group of people on the internet, and before the internet in the world.
Right.
How do we feel about the scalping of these consoles and their respective pre-orders? Because we don't even have the consoles in hand yet. All we have is a confirmation number and a screenshot. So, should we expect it? Do we like it? Is this America F yeah? Or is this give me my consoles, you effing suck? That is all edited, family friendly. Just remember that. So, Mike, I believe you're up first. Yes, you are.
All right, sounds good. Well, first and foremost, listeners, a little inside baseball here for you. Cicero is a scalper. He has posted a $2,000 Series X. go check him out all over his Facebook page. No, I'm totally kidding. Just trying to win an argument here.
Ouch.
No, to be honest, I don't think Cicero and I are going to disagree on this, nor do I want to. These scalpers are.
I'm taking the side.
These
it's
scalpers.
me versus you two now. Let's do it.
Fine.
Right.
Well, I'll give you another little inside baseball, listeners. Jelly messages these scalpers sometimes and says, "Bro, why you doing this?"
You have absolutely no proof of that, and I will deny it to the fullest extent.
He does not use the
Please
"bro,
delete
why
those
you doing
screenshots."
this?" There are some other things. Anyway, no, I like I said,
PG.
I don't think Cicero and I are going to disagree on this. In fact, if we do disagree, I would be shocked. You guys, if you're listening, be patient. You don't have to have the console on day one. There's no guarantee if you put down $50, $100 on a pre-order that a scalper wants to do, you're gonna get the console. It's just stupid. Like if I hear of somebody doing this, it's face palm, just like head on the desk, just like, what are you doing? Scalping is something that definitely happens, but if I were to do it, I would be somewhat graceful about it. Maybe do $100 more, but not these like $800 to $1,000. And you have to put half down just for a pre-order, just for a confirmation. Cicero the scalper, would you agree with that or disagree with that?
Scalpero.
Scalpero, yes.
So Mike, you are right that it is a disgusting, deplorable act that people should wait, but they don't. They don't want to.
Yeah.
So therefore, the scalper is just providing a service. They have gone out and they were savvy enough to get hold of these consoles. We know that they're there. We know that they exist, and they now have them. It is supply and demand. That is America. It is America F yeah, and it is give me my effing console. It is all of those things, because you could conceivably not spend money with the scalpers. Now they're stuck with these consoles that they now can't sell. And when the new supply comes in, they can buy, you can go out and buy those consoles, because the scalpers can't afford to go out and buy more because they haven't sold the ones that they already had. So if no one buys them, the scalpers will stop. But because people will buy them, the scalpers will continue. And so it's really up to you. It's up to you, Mike.
It's up to me.
Yeah.
It's up
I
to
only
you,
need
the
you
listener.
to stop.
You, the listener.
Right.
This is a PSA
You, the
from Mike
listener.
and Cicero. Don't feed into this crazy, crazy scam that I'm about to defend scalping.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, you're gonna defend
Don't
it?
fall into it.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Scalping
if you
is American.
if you are silly enough, if you're silly enough to fall for it, I'll take your money.
I've got a Series X chilling right here next to me, and if you want it for $1,500, it's yours. I'm just saying, there's someone who's gonna see that, hear that, and they're gonna go, "Oh my God, I can throw $1,500 away because I'm so wealthy." And if my kid wants that $1,500 system, that's really only $500. If my kid wants that system, I can get it for him, and it means nothing to me. So he's not going to wait in line. He's not going to stay up late to get that pre-order. He's not going to do anything extra except for have that big fat bank account that stacks on stacks that he can just throw at his problems. And I'm there to pick up those stacks that he's thrown because I purchased his problems and I'm selling them back to him.
Bars. America.
Also, please do not buy from the scalpers. Please do not be a scalper. Why do people do this? I don't know. If you advocate for the price gouging and insanity that is buying a system before the people who actually want it and then selling it to those people for twice as much as what it's worth, you're a bad person. And if you buy this console for twice what it's worth, guess what? You're a bad person because practice patience. You'll get it in the end, and you'll save enough money to buy 4 games, or 2 games and 2 controllers, or 3 games and an extra controller. There are just ways to save that money and spend it responsibly. Don't be so crazy. You guys listening, I know you know, but for the people not, you can play this little segment to them so they understand they're bad people. Or they're bad people. Or there's the good people. And those are the patient ones. Or the people who don't do it. Boom. All right. That was a PSA from Jelly, Mike, and Cicero on scalping. We all love it. You heard it here first. The 90s first take on scalping. All right. You guys. Top 5. We're coming to an end here. We're sliding into home base. We've got the top 5, and this week's top 5 is top 5 social gathering, aka party games. So if you've got a group of buddies, friends, or whatever, what are the top 5? Let's game it out and try and figure out what we're playing.
Cicero,
Are we all?
Yeah.
Are we all giving top 5s? Or are we giving 5?
Well, just like
Or are we giving
suggestions that you think should be on the top 5.
Okay, so how many suggestions can I give?
As many as you want, but we're going to narrow it down to where there's only 5 left.
Yeah, so, well then, it's Jackbox Party Packs, volumes 1 through 6, or the upcoming 7. So, like, you got to have them. You got to have them. They're fantastic. I don't want to steal anybody's thunder, so I won't say some of the other games. I have.
Should we take turns? Do you want to do a
round robin? So I will just, what I will say is that on my Xbox that you can, since you can create tabs and folders, one of my folders is just party games.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
I do not have that.
We got an expert on our hands. Basically what I heard.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Mike, let's hear a suggestion for the party games. What have you got?
I gotta go with one of the best innovative games of all time, and that is Rock Band. I mean, you have 2
choice.
guitars, you got the mic, you got the drums, you get together with
Keyboards
all your buddies. Some of them keyboards now. Rock Band
There's
3.
keyboards?
Rock Band 3 had keyboards. Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta
know.
with Rock Band 3. Probably Rock Band 2 if I had to choose.
Yeah.
But just Rock Band in general.
Yeah.
I think we could probably keep a franchise if we're going to do the other one franchise. Let's
Yeah,
keep it in the
keep it in the franchise. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, I don't think my son is going away here. So I'm going to hit you with my list here really quick of the things, and then you guys can put them in the top 5, and then I'll just leave this recording. So,
sounds good, bud.
all right. So I have some other suggestions. Mario Party 2.
Right.
It's got to be. I'll put Mario Party 2 up there. I'll put Mario Kart as well. You guys can discuss Fusion Frenzy, original Xbox game.
Yeah.
You guys could discuss that. Otherwise, 2 more: Smash Bros. And Wii Sports. The original Wii Sports. So, you guys go ahead and debate that. I'm gonna switch you. I'm just gonna let you guys roll with that, and I'm gonna go rock my kid. So sorry, but you guys choose.
No. Yeah, be a good dad.
Yeah, that's right.
Why we're friends.
All right.
Later, buddy.
All right, bro.
All right, Cicero.
Yeah.
Let's take this home.
So
we've got in the running. What was your first one? Let me.
So was just Jackbox.
Jackbox, the whole slew of
Jackbox Party Pack.
Boom. So we got Jackbox. We've got Wii Sports, Smash Bros, Fusion Frenzy, Mario Party, Mario Kart, Rock Band. What else have you got? And then let's narrow it down. So let's try and do a top 10. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right. So
Overcooked. Overcooked.
Yeah.
You're throwing out games that I have not heard of, and I'm excited
really?
to learn what they are.
Oh my gosh, you've never heard of Overcooked? Oh, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, I kind of keep it tight to the chest, but I really only play first-person shooters.
Oh,
well, I mean, I've played a couple of the Rock Band and Mario Kart and things like that, but as far as me exploring the world of video games, I don't venture out too often.
Oh man, Overcooked. Overcooked is basically, if you've ever heard of Cooking Mama. No? Oh, okay. All right. So this is like, Overcooked is up to 4 players in a kitchen where your job is to serve food, and the orders will come up on the screen, and you have to cooperate with the rest of the kitchen crew to assemble the meal and then serve it and wash the dishes and then rinse and repeat until you can get the right number.
Game?
Yes.
You're talking about real life. I did this for years. That's called a food expediter.
That is correct.
And I was that position.
Yes.
That was me. Food expediter and dishwasher.
Yeah. So this is a game where you have to now communicate with all of your friends in the same room together, where things start to go left. So it starts out as regular. You expedite the food. You prepare the food. You expedite the food. You receive the dirty dishes. You wash the dishes. You see the next set of orders. You rinse and repeat.
Then you hit a wait list.
But then there would be like an earthquake.
Oh, what?
There's an earthquake and the floor splits, and you'll be on food trucks that are driving. It's 2 half trucks that are driving between another truck.
Geez.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit different than just expediting food.
Yes. just slightly. But Overcooked and Overcooked 2, fantastic games. May still be available on Game Pass. So let's see, other party games. Among Us.
Can't talk about party games without the newest.
Exactly.
Although this is really the oldest, right?
Well, no, it's only a couple of years. It's only a couple of years old.
Well, I mean, the idea.
Yes, the idea is
murder,
definitely yes.
Murder mystery party,
mafia. One Night Werewolf, all of those games.
Finally have it in video game form.
Exactly.
Whoever did this is whoever made Among Us, genius.
Yes,
absolutely genius. Because
yeah,
we've been playing it for years, and I don't think anyone really thought to say, could this be a video game?
Right. And not only
And
that, it's crossplay.
It's
I can play on
On
my
whatever.
phone.
Yeah,
And you
I have
can
it
play
on
on
my,
the
I have it on my
PC.
mobile device.
Yes. So
No
yeah.
big deal.
Yeah. So
All right, Among Us is up there.
it was a great experience.
I'm gonna stay away from battle royales because I don't think that we should include that into this
segment, yeah.
But
you were thinking Fall Guys.
that was the other one that came to my mind.
Yeah.
But that one's too battle royale.
Yeah, but that's
that's
that's a game that you can't play in person. Like you can't have multiple people in the same place playing the game at the same time.
Yeah,
unless you have multiple devices. So
yeah, unless you got a bunch, unless you're actually having a LAN party.
Right.
For those of you who know what that is, you're awesome, and if you don't, you should learn.
Yeah, and so I've got one more for you, and that is the granddaddy of them all. If you're talking about party games, you've been to a party where they've played this game, and that game is Monopoly.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. Monopoly, the video game
board
version.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, video game.
The video
I've
game
played
version.
that too.
Yeah, the video
wife
game
and I play
version of
that.
Monopoly. Yes.
Monopoly.
Yeah.
Video game.
Published by Ubisoft, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I just bit my tongue. Dang it.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Yeah, because of Ubisoft.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do they also do the Uno? PC or whatever it is.
Is that them? I don't know.
That might be another contender.
Is it?
For
Well,
me because
these are all Parker. It's a Hasbro Family Fun Pack. So yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm putting it up there as a contender because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty big Uno fan, and I have watched and played some of the new stuff. And if you get a good group of buddies in there, that thing becomes a riot.
Yes.
Just like Monopoly, it's a make or break friendship type of thing.
Right.
Except without the make friendships. It's an absolute break friendships, destroy. Oh, it's so good. All right. Yeah. So really we're taking a list of 11, and I'm going to leave a couple off. I'm going to have some honorable mentions, though, things that I played. I'm talking the old school LAN parties. Halo LAN party.
Oh, yeah.
That was absolutely a thing for me. Yes. We had a bunch of buddies on a bunch of TVs with a bunch of wires strewn throughout the house.
Yes.
So I'm taking it back to the LAN party days.
Yes,
also, GoldenEye. That's another one where you could destroy a friendship, even if that friendship was with your family. You could start fights that way, throwing on a golden gun or doing something silly. Another huge one, but I'm going to leave them off because they kind of don't fit the party game category as much as a true party game. It's more of a game that we played in a party.
Right.
Honorable mentions for me. Any honorable mentions before we take this list of 11 and cut it down to 5?
You hit a lot of them, but yeah, for me, I think the difference between a game you play as a party versus a party game is a game that people who think of themselves as non-gamers can also pick up and play. Yeah,
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
that is a good point. All right, so we've got Uno, Monopoly, Among Us, Overcooked, which I just learned about.
Yeah.
We've got Jackbox, the slew of games that it is. Right. Also, just learned about, didn't know about that one.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Wii Sports, Smash Bros, Fusion Frenzy, Mario Kart, Mario Party, and Rock Band. And I'm going to be honest right here. I don't know what Fusion Frenzy is.
So man.
That's another one.
Yeah, so Fusion Frenzy is basically if you took just the challenges from Mario Party and you just made it a game. But they were their own different versions of Mario Party. Yeah. So
okay, yeah. So we can essentially take Mario Party, throw that out, call it Fusion Frenzy, and that's all the games from it.
Yeah, but Mario Party is better than Fusion Frenzy, even though it's Fusion Frenzy. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So then let's narrow this down. the must-haves. Let's pick 3 must-haves
So
that we gotta have.
yeah, so you gotta have, if you're talking about party games, you gotta have Rock Band. You gotta have Rock Band. That
Agreed.
game, that game was just a seminal point. If you were a '90s kid, you definitely were of the right age to be at someone's first apartment where they had the Rock Band set up, and you guys hung out for hours
for way too long.
Yeah. playing Rock Band.
All right, Rock Band's on the list.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw in, and this may be crazy, but I kind of want to throw in Wii Sports.
Huh? Yeah.
For me, that was a huge one. There was a bunch of people who had the Wii, and like you said, those who weren't good at video games could always Wii.
Right.
That was to be great. But if you could hold that controller,
right,
you could play those games.
That was a game when I was selling video games in retail. Yeah, new and used video games, and I felt like Al Bundy. That was when I sold the Wii and I explained the Wii to people. That was what I used was instead of on Thanksgiving, instead of sitting down and playing a board game with the family, you pull out Wii Sports and you get grandma to play Wii Sports, Wii Bowling, or tennis baseball, or something like that.
Yeah.
So that was definitely. I
could be dissuaded off that one, but for now, I'm gonna have to hold that one as up there on the list.
Yeah. So I would also give Mario Party its due, because it is the party game IP, right? It is the first party board game video game that became like a franchise.
I remember it being huge. I never did play it a whole bunch. I played it a little bit, but I remember it just blowing up and turning into this huge thing that everyone was Mario Party this, Mario Party that. We're playing this, we're playing that. And I was a Smash Bros guy, so I was like, oh, Smash Bros. Right. But everyone else is a Mario Party fan. Yes. And I was like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. Accessibility for that. So I am going to make a push. So those are the 3 definites, or Rock Band,
Wii
Sports, and then Mario Party. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I am going to make a strong pitch for the Jackbox games. And
tell me more about it.
So I'm going to tell you more about the games. So way back in the day, over many moons ago, there was a game called You Don't Know Jack, and it was a flash game that you played on the PC, where they would have weekly episodes it was a quiz show.
All right.
Where that was voiced and hosted by this guy named Cookie Masterson, and you would play with your next to your friend. And you guys would buzz in, and there would be wacky questions with money and stuff like that. Well, they've done that a few times over. They finally came out with the Jackbox Party Pack, where there was You Don't Know Jack, and then a bunch of other games that you can play with friends locally with controllers, or you play with people locally or over the internet on a mobile device, just pulling up your browser and putting in so you can play this game on Twitch. You can stream it, and people can play and participate with you all over the world.
So your party can be huge.
Absolutely. So there are certain games. There were certain games that they had up to 100 players could be present in the game. Those games weren't as fun. What they found is the sweet spot is like 8. So you can get 8 people to play in the game. They wind up being lots and lots and lots of fun, and there are tons of games. So there's 6 volumes out, or 5 volumes out now. There are 5 or 6 games in each of the volumes. So there are all of these different types of games. It is lots and lots of fun.
I would include it then. Let's
Yeah.
throw Jackbox in there.
Yeah.
I'm moving it up on the list.
Right.
We're going to cut it from there. We're going to paste it in here. What the hey? Is that Mike, you back?
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
He's made it back.
How we doing,
It's a
gentlemen?
slobber knocker.
Yeah, we got 4 out of the 5. We've got Rock Band, Mario Party, Wii Sports, and Jackbox slew of games. And what we're picking from now is our pool is Mario Kart, Fusion Frenzy, Smash Bros, Overcooked, Among Us, Monopoly, and Uno.
Ooh.
So we're trying to find the 5th one out of those 7 games. What's making top 5? So Mike, Cicero and I have been talking about the other 4. Do you agree with the top 4 that we have right now in no particular order? We've got Rock Band, Mario Party, Wii Sports, and the Jackbox slew of games.
I don't disagree. I'm gonna toss my hat in for probably Super Smash Bros. I think ever since Melee, it's been a staple. With at least for me for a while up until Brawl. I would have countless hours in Super Smash Bros. At friends' houses. So that'd be what I toss my hat into.
So here's what I will say. Now, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but Mike, you're wrong, right? But so what I was saying to Jelly was, when I think of party games, social games, I don't think of games that you get together there's a party and you play this game. I think of these games as being games where if you don't typically ascribe gamer as a name for yourself, you can still play these games. And Smash Brothers isn't a game that, like, I still can't play Smash. I have no idea what I'm doing when I play Smash.
Okay.
I'm also not a good Smash player.
Yeah. But I can play Rock Band and Wii Sports and Jackbox and,
I hear you. Okay.
So with that knowledge in mind, as more of a party that you can introduce the game to and not a party of gaming.
Right. Yes.
Where would you move forward? Mario Kart, Fusion Frenzy, Overcooked, Among Us, Monopoly, Uno. We can actually probably eliminate Fusion Frenzy because we put Mario Party in there. So we'll say between Mario Kart, because I think anyone can race in Mario Kart.
Yeah, I think so.
Overcooked, which I just learned about. Mike, are you aware of Overcooked?
Yes, Overcooked is great.
Okay.
I would almost put my hat in for Mario Kart if we're going off that argument that Cicero just made, just kind of like a pick and play type deal. I think then Mario Kart has to be on that list.
I'm not against Mario Kart. Cicero, are we going to be unanimous or should we?
Yeah, I mean, there's an argument to be made for Monopoly.
Absolutely.
But I think with Mario Party there, that's basically Monopoly with mini games. Yeah. And there's an argument to be made for Among Us.
Is it just like, I mean, that's the newest, hottest game right now. But
right.
Like, yeah, I mean, I think it's very popular. But is it a staple yet? Like,
Well, so Jelly and I were just talking about this, and it's not that the game is a staple yet, but the game type is a staple that is
it's
new
been
to
around
video
forever.
games, right? So like the Mafia, the not Wolf Among Us, the One Night Werewolf, Murder Dinner Party, like those games, that style of game has been around forever, and finally someone has brought that style of game to video games. And the accessibility of it both on the PC and then on your mobile device makes it something that's very attractive, that if you're at a party and you're like, oh, hey, we could play this game. That's an honorable mention I just thought about was let's see, Keep Talking or Nobody Explodes.
Not familiar.
Oh yeah, this is a game where you have a bomb, you have bombs to disarm, but so you as the player are disarming the bombs, and everybody else is describing what you use, what thing to connect or hit to disable the bomb, because they have a manual that they're reading through. So that's Keep Talking or no, and so no one explodes or nobody explodes. Really, really fun game. But yeah, so Mario Kart. Yeah, Mario Kart's a pick up and play game. Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
I think that could round up our top 5 right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good top 5.
Do we want to try and order them?
No,
Or do we want to just leave it as this is our top 5?
Yeah, this is our top 5 in no particular order. Because there can't be one party game to rule them all. Can there?
My money's on Mario Kart because I have destroyed some people and some friendships.
Mario Kart's been a table flipper for you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We were talking about it a little bit ago. For the people listening, they already heard, but LAN parties and GoldenEye were the other ones that that could end some friendships.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm cool with just having that as our top 5. I mean, I'm out of that list. I'm partial to like Rock Band, to be honest. That was such an important and integral game to my video game passion. So I'm partial to that, but I'm okay with it being a general top 5.
Me too.
Cool. I like it.
All right.
Yo, that's it, dude.
That's it.
Then we're calling it.
All right.
Right here, the 90s First Take. Thank you guys again for being here. Mike, Cicero, thank you guys, Third Chair, for listening. We love you guys, and we are so glad that you guys keep coming back. While we're, not on the air, go ahead and tell people about us, and we'll keep making more of these. So hopefully the audience just grows and grows. Right there, though, we're gonna call it a night. Mike, Cicero, send it.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a
it's
good
time.
night, guys.
Everyone listening, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Peace.